Well, if this isn't weird, I don't know what else is. I'm either away from school today or I am sitting right next to you. So just think of having two of me in a classroom. Odd. You all have been given this sheet here. It's stapled together. Very gently unstaple it. Okay. Now, the first set of directions, we're going to be looking at it like this. Okay. What I need you to do is fold it so the cells are on the outer, you can see the cells. And you're going to meet the corners as so they're perfect. And when they are, I need you to put a crease in it. So it should look like this. And you have a big crease down plant and animal cells. You wouldn't believe how long it's taken to do this video. This is my third time. So you're going to take it and you're going to fold the corner to this middle crease, just like so. You're going to fold that corner down into the middle crease and make a new crease. Make sure you're lining up your creases. You cannot have anything be crooked. Do that for the opposite side as well. Lift that and get it out of my way. Opposite side. So by the time everything's said and done, by the time everything's said and done, it should look like this. So on this side you have animal cells, this side you have plant cells. When you open it up, it should look like this. If it doesn't, you need to stop and have somebody at your table help you. Okay? Now, I want to show you what this looks like once it's completed. Here you can see this whole left side is the plant cell, and this entire side belongs to the animal cell. This student hand drew the cell. I know that we're not all artists, so I found a template for you. You can see here is the vacuole and how huge it is, but then vacuoles are much smaller on the plant cell side or on the animal side. Notice that here I have an orange outer ring, but then it stops, and that doesn't exist on the animal cell side. So this is something that might drive some of you a little nuts. It does me. I don't want to see blank spots. So part of your job will be to connect the dots, if you will. Connect the dots. And that's clearly my plasma membrane. Now, this is my cell wall. It's not going to go anywhere into the animal side of things. It stops here. That's where my cell wall stops. It shares a nucleus and a nuclear membrane. We have our Golgi bodies. So all of these things are, our endoplasmic reticulum, our Golgi bodies. These things need to be fixed so that we don't see a big white strip down the middle. So make sure you do that. That will be part of your grade. Something else to note, do you see how nice and neat these words are written? That's because that person came in and they drew using a ruler and that's what you will do. You will come in and you will use a ruler. It will go from left to right. We're not going to have anything crooked or willy-nilly. It's going to be nice and it's going to be neat. I would suggest, because you did not hand draw it, if you have a really big word, you may not want to use these outer sections. So if you want to put Golgi here, G-O-L-G-I, that's a pretty short word. It'll probably fit here. So you need to make sure that you are thinking ahead so that you can have proper placement and have enough room to write. On your other paper that was attached, one is a checklist. The other one is how you will be graded. So let's take a look at the checklist. I actually want you to check mark off. I want you to say, okay, I've done the cell wall, I have the chloroplast, I have the cytoplasm as you draw them. Make sure if it says 1 cell wall, then on your paper you're writing 1, cell wall. Whatever number this page uses is the number I am requiring you to use. So on the left side of the plant cell, you should have all of these listed. The right side of the animal cell, you'll have all of these listed. And then on the inside, there's quite a bit of writing. For the inside, you might add this to your paper. Glossary only. I do not want you to use the writing in the chapters and in the sections. I want you to go to the glossary in your book only, not Google, but the glossary in your textbook. So I've said that several times, and I will have the expectation that you will follow it. So it says on the left side, we are to list and define cell wall, chloroplast, vacuole. So that means on my plant cell only side, I'm going to take my ruler and it says I'm to list the cell wall. And guys, if I can't read your writing, I'm not grading it. So I would write cell wall. I'm going to underline it, or you can highlight it. Either or is fine with me. And then you are going to write word for word and you're not going to leave out words or shorten the definition in any way. Now, there's an important reason why I wanted to show you this. As you can see, I'm going to zoom in. Anyway, just make the tails longer. So look how nice and neat that is. Cell wall, write word for word, don't leave out words or shorten the definition in any way. So if you're not a very neat writer and you tend to need lines, use that ruler. I highly suggest it. If you do leave out even one word, I'm going to consider this an entire thing wrong. We're not going to do that, and we will follow instructions. So the rest of this is self-explanatory. You have a right side definition, and then you have a center definition. On the back, you will put your name and your hour, and as you can see, this project is worth 80 points. You will have 2 in-class days to complete, as well as 2 evenings to work on it. You will probably need to work on this at home a little bit, so keep that in mind. It will be due the very next day after our second class day of work. So we'll have a class day of work, we'll have a second day of class work, and then 2 days later it'll be due. So just take a look at the board. It's written on there and will change from year to year. So for the outside, if you labeled correctly and neatly, it's 14 points. 16 points for the animal cell. 6 points for the definition for plant and animal cell differences on the left side. 4 points on the right side, and 22 points for your center portion. Following directions, worth 18 points here, and those include your lines are drawn nice and neat, you've colored neatly, your writing is legible, your organelles are numbered as they should have been, you have the proper heading on the back, which is first name, last name, and your hour. Yes, I'm grading it. And I'm giving you an additional 4 bonus points because it says it doesn't want you to use pencil, and I think that's silly. You need to use pencil, and here's why. You're only going to get 1 of these. That's it. 1. And I don't have whiteout. Okay? So use pencil. Don't use anything else. Get everything labeled, and that's it.